What's going on, my financial friends? It's your friend Jack here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Wealthsimple Trade personal account versus a Wealthsimple Trade tax-free savings account, which one you should use and why you would use one over the other. So stay tuned and get ready because we're going to get right into this video. So right off the bat, there is one thing you should know about the two accounts, and that is a tax-free savings account. Any growth made in there, any reinvestments or dividend payments, they're going to be tax-free. I'm not saying that you should put everything into a tax-free savings account, but if you have a lot of contribution room, using a tax-free savings account to do your initial investing is not a bad idea because you will not be taxed on your earnings in Canadian stocks or your dividends at all. You will not be taxed. It is the tax-free savings account. Obviously, you still cannot make day trades. You shouldn't be trading every single day in your tax-free savings account. The CRA will get you in trouble, and they can kind of catch you in a gray area of using your account as a business if you are trading too often. So if you're looking to day trade or trade very frequently, sell and buy frequently, I would not recommend a tax-free savings account. I would use a personal account. However, for someone like me, I recently realized that I should be using a tax-free savings account because I have $22,000 in contribution room, and I do not have $22,000 to contribute, so I'm not hitting the max limit of that. But what I can do is up my contribution room slowly but surely by basically adding over dividends, or reinvesting my dividends or growing stocks and holding them long term. Would essentially up your contribution limit because you can, you're putting money in there without, putting money in there. It's kind of a weird thing. But once you get to your max and your stocks are, you have a lot of stocks and dividends paying, you're essentially you're able to grow that much faster and up your contribution room over the year as you reinvest your dividends. And honestly, that's something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to do strictly dividend investing, and for a tax-free savings account, it's a really good idea because it's a pretty safe route. I'm looking long term, and I can up my contribution room tax-free, and I can grow my dividend portfolio tax-free, which is very beneficial. Rather than in a personal account, I would be paying a margin of taxes on basically every dividend payment I make or get, which is not ideal. So what I've been doing is I did sell my stocks in my personal account, and I'm going to be transferring them over to basically my tax-free savings account when they are available to transfer, which will be in a few days here. And I'm going to buy back my stocks, and I'm going to be building my dividend portfolio over on my tax-free savings account. Now, if you are someone who has a tax-free savings account contribution maximum somewhere else and you already maxed your contribution room, and if you're not sure about your contribution room, you can calculate that by just going and seeing where you've contributed your tax-free savings account. And also another place, you can go to your CRA account, go to my account, and go to the tax-free savings account section and see your contribution room. That's updated once a year, maybe a little bit more than that, a few months, but it's not that accurate. But if you have no idea, it's going to give you an idea of how much room you have, especially if you're like 20 or 19 or 30, and you haven't used a tax-free savings account before, you're probably going to be a little bit confused on what your contribution room is. So go over there and check it out. But if you're looking to do day trading, I wouldn't suggest a tax-free savings account. And if you're looking to long-term invest, then I think a tax-free savings account is a really good option. But if you're looking to, sell and buy stocks very frequently, I would not go tax-free savings account. However, tax-free savings account is tax-free. So if you can use this account to max contribute, it's a really good idea to do so. Even if you can't maximize your contributions, it's a really good idea to put your money in your tax-free savings account because, at least for someone like me with a minimum income right now, I'm not able to put thousands of dollars into my tax-free savings account every month. Meaning, I'm not going to hit the contribution limit, so I don't even have to worry about not being able to, add more money to my portfolio because I'm not going to hit the contribution limit. And by the time I do hit my contribution limit, my dividends are going to be reinvesting themselves and upping my contribution room over time as we go upwards. And that is really valuable, and things do start to compound when you do that. And when you can compound your efforts of your portfolios tax-free, it really is a beautiful thing. Compounding interest is a beautiful thing in general. However, in a personal account, when you do reach that, big numbers and you're getting a lot of money back, You can get there quicker, especially if you can invest more. So if you have a lot of money to put into an account and you have more than $6,000 a year or more than your contribution room, I would first personally go for the tax-free savings account, build that up, max contributions over there, wherever you want to put it, either in index funds that are just growth, that are stable, or ETFs that are stable and are just, a good annual return, like the S&P 500. We do have a Canadian S&P 500. I believe it's a VFV. I believe it on my personal watch list. It's an ETF. I'll go take a look at it for you guys. It's a good one to go into. It's stable. If you want to contribute and not make a dividend portfolio, but just make a growth portfolio following the S&P 500, you definitely can do that. I just have to find where the watch list is. And yeah, VFV, traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's the Canadian Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF. $90 a share, and it does have a little bit of dividends, but mainly just focus on the growth. Over the past 5 years, it has gone up 86%, so it's just a growth ETF that you can hold long term and grow your contributions with. And then when you want to go to your dividend portfolio, let's say if you don't want to do dividends in your tax-free savings account because you can't put enough money in, you could go over to your personal account and do your day trading over there, or do your dividend portfolio over there, or mix up your portfolio over here, have like a more risky stocks. You can tolerate your risk a bit more in a personal account, where on your tax-free savings account, if you go down in the red, you lose contribution room, so it's not ideal. You want to be safe with your tax-free savings account. That's something to keep in mind. If you go down on your tax-free savings account and you're in the red, you do lose contribution room, so you definitely don't want to take those riskier investments in your tax-free savings account. Take those over on your personal account so you don't lose contribution room. That's probably the biggest point I can give in this video between the two. Your risk should be assessed in your personal account more, or your tax-free savings account more, and your tolerance of risk should be probably a lot higher tolerance in your personal account compared to your tax-free savings account. You don't want to take that much risk. You really want to mitigate that risk to mitigate, going in the red of your contribution room. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to tell you guys for this video on Wealthsimple. It's not just Wealthsimple directly, but Wealthsimple is the brokerage, or basically the app that I use. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you want to start using this brokerage app, which is Wealthsimple, and you're here in Canada, you can go ahead and click the link down in the description to get a free $10 when you deposit $100 or more. And yeah, that's actually a pretty good amount of money. $10 is $10. It's free money, and you always could withdraw it at any time. So keep that in mind, and thank you guys for watching. As always, keep learning, keep earning. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.